From the Bob Mills Weather Center, the Oklahoma weather expert, Travis Meyer.
Hey, we're closing in on the weekend. There are some fun activities to do. It's always, especially if you have a little spring weather going on, like nice spring weather, not tornadoes and stuff. Anyway, last week was the Herb Festival going on in Sand Springs. This week, it's in Jinx. So if you get a chance, you have that green thumb and you want to check stuff out, this would be a place to be on Main Street. Also in Braggs, we have the Greenleaf Old Time Music Festival in Broken Arrow, New Orleans Square Spectacular. And in Grove, the GRDA Earth Day celebration. So some fun events that you can do, as well as a memorial. And that's a memorial marathon over in Oklahoma City. A lot of Tulsans love to run in the marathons, but it is going to be a little interesting. A slight chance of showers. Very cool. The wind is the biggest thing. Winds will be out of the north, about 15. Some gusts could be near 20, so that has a major impact on running, but that is what we have at this time. Speaking of what we have, if you're in western Oklahoma, you don't have much in terms of water. This is just, I mean, this is awful. I mention this all the time, and I know some folks go, okay, that's enough, but it is really awful. And this is since a quarter-inch of rain at one time, not like a tenth of an inch or a few sprinkles, an actual quarter-inch of rain. And so that also is of interest to us because we've been 30 days now in Bristow and just west of Tulsa out to Stillwater. It still hasn't rained. I mean, it's like, wow. So we're trying to find some water here because April's supposed to be a wet month along with May, and right now they're not doing us any favors at this time. And what we're talking about at this point, too, as the drought monitor is in, it's a little bit better in southeastern Oklahoma, and you can see much of the eastern half of our viewing area is not bad. But then you just go on the other side of Tulsa, and all of a sudden it's like ponds are low, no water is running in the creeks. And then you get in western Oklahoma, and might as well call it a desert. Nothing but blowing dirt right now, and then just dead because there's not been enough moisture to even make anything green. And here's what's the kicker on this one. Next 10 days, highest probability of heavy rains is I-40 southeast, and that's pretty much where we really don't have a drought per se. And you go to the northwest, and then you hardly find anything again. So again, got to be hoping and praying for those guys that something better happens. Right now, there are a few thunderstorms. We've mentioned the tornado warning that's just northeast of Springfield. So far, no confirmation of any tornado, but we do expect some pretty chunky hail out of that. And further to the west and to the northwest could be a problem. But here, no problem if you love warm, humid weather. We got that for you. Oh yeah, a little bit of wind. Winds gusting to 31 miles per hour right now, 54% humidity, dew point is 63, and that's why it's really kind of the muggies. And we have tree pollen, we have grass pollen, we have a lot of mold spore. So if you're feeling kind of like, what is going on? That could be one of the major problems. So gusty south winds. Temperature still in the 90s in southwest Oklahoma, upper 70s to low 80s here. Tonight through the morning hours, not much going on. Slight chance of storms to the north and east. We'll be in the 60s, mid to upper 60s. And then during the afternoon, we're looking at a mix of sun and clouds. Really warm because we're starting in the mid to upper 60s, so we don't have far to go to get in the 80s. And it's going to be fairly hot out west, but not too bad. And high plains thunderstorms, those will be severe most likely out in that area. So that's what we'll be watching for the folks out there. But at least it's going to be rain. Might be raining hail, but at least it'll be something. For us, we'll be generally in the 60s on Saturday morning. And then on Saturday during the day, should be okay. But during late afternoon hours is when we have our highest probability of starting to see thunderstorms developing along a dry line. Some of these are going to be pretty nasty. Large hail, damaging winds are going to be the main threats. And then those will be moving through. And what's interesting is then by the time we get on into Sunday morning, it's a little bit cooler, but there's a storm system that's just going to bog down across southeastern parts of our viewing area. And that's where it could rain a lot of the Sunday time period. We could have several inches of that rain. So Saturday is what we're going to keep our eyes on for Saturday night into Sunday morning around Tulsa to the northwest. So if you do have outdoor plans, there's a high probability that we're going to see some of those storms kicking in gear, and still a chance of rain, especially in southeast Oklahoma, that could be heavy to maybe some flooding rains on Sunday. All right, so it's warm to mild to breezy, however you want to call it tonight through the morning hours. Not bad. If you like 68 for a morning low, that is. 78 already at noon. It's muggy, but if you're in the breeze, you won't know the difference. And then you can see as well, we're looking for temperatures in the 70s to near 80 on Saturday. Storms really roll in Saturday night. Still some hanging around southeast Oklahoma. To the southeastern side of Oklahoma, some heavy ones in our viewing area. And then after that, kind of quiet, and then it gets kind of hot.
It does go kind of hot.
What'd you say? It's kind of hot. I didn't want to tell her yet.
86 and 90.
Yeah, wow.